What's happening, guys? Larry Milburn here with Roadie Free Radio. I came into the barn to go ahead and start recording this week's intro, and the baby monitor that I used to listen to my son while he is napping is now not working. So I have to go back to the main house. I'm going to pack a little bag with a mic and some stuff so I can get over to the house and do the intro from the house. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear all of that intro part, but we'll make it work for you. It'll be awesome. All right, let's do this. Okay. Here we go. I've got the Air Turn Go stand that's going to come with me. I grabbed the Focusrite 2i2 that I usually do this through. And I'm filming on my GoPro because my Canon 5D is packed away. So I got the laptop. I think I've got everything I need. We're going to find out real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm in my kitchen. And we're going to knock this out. This is actually a good thing because I have to do a little road setup for a trip that I have coming up I'm going to talk about in just a second. And so I've got my wife's laptop actually so I can do the show notes, and I've got a MacBook Pro here running Adobe Audition so I can get the show into it. I've got my Focusrite unit right there, which I love. So there you go. Now, usually in the past episodes, I run another line out into the GoPro or the Canon so you guys can hear the intro, the rest of the intro happening, but I can't do that this time, so we're just going to go with what we got. All right? So let's just do this without further delay in case the little Bambino wakes up. Here we go. This is the life of a podcaster, by the way. If you guys are thinking about doing this, this is what you got to contend with. Okay, here we go. So usually you'd hear the little bit where it's like, hey, what's up, roadies, and all that stuff, and then the proper intro tag, but like I said, can't do that today. Here we go. What's happening, roadies? Welcome to episode number 67. I am your host, Larry Milburn, and guess what? I am not coming at you from a barn in Northwest Connecticut today. No, sir. I am coming at you from my kitchen. If you watch the YouTube channel, I've got a video going that will explain that my son's baby monitor is not working, and I got out to the barn to tape today's show, and lo and behold, the monitor won't work, so I can't hear him taking his nap, so I had to drag a bunch of gear back into the house, and I'm set up in the kitchen, and you can watch me trying to get through this episode from the kitchen of my house by tuning into our YouTube channel. Anyway, how are you? This is episode number 67, like I said. Robert Compton of Compton Guitars is our guest. And I can't wait to get to that episode and tell you more about that. I want to give a quick shout out to Telefunken Microphones for lending us the M80s for that interview as well. And also to let you know, speaking of Telefunken, a couple things. I am going to Telefunken this Wednesday, so in a couple of days I will be there to interview the owner of Telefunken for a special episode that will be coming up, episode number 70, in just a couple of weeks. Tony Fishman will be our guest. We're going to film it just like we did with Bill Hanley. And if you have questions for Tony, please send them to me at info@roadiefreeradio.com, and I will ask him your questions on the air. So that's going on. And we will also be with Telefunken at AES in a couple of weeks in New York at the Javits Center. Very much looking forward to that event. That's going to be awesome. And what else can I tell you about? That's about it for that. We still have our t-shirt sale going on for Ian Copeland. That's 15% off all of our t-shirts if you use the code IANVIP. That's IANVIP. So head over to the store and check that out at roadiefreeradio.com. I want to circle back real quick to last week's episode. I had found out, let's see, at that point when I recorded the episode, I did it on Monday morning. And at that point, I did not know anything about what was going on with Tom Petty. I only knew about Matt Humanoff's store closing and, of course, the Vegas shooting that took place. And I got to tell you, if I had known about Tom Petty, I don't think I would have been able to do the episode. It was hard enough to get through last week's episode and, you know, have to get on a mic and promote this thing. and tell these great stories, which I said in that are inspiring, and that's what keeps it all going. But it's hard to do when you're in the face of all this other stuff that's happening. So yeah, and then the Tom Petty thing, that was a tough one, man. That stung for sure, as I know that it did for many of you. I did reach out to Robert Scoville and Greg Looper and Chris Adamson to send not only my condolences, but the condolences on behalf of everybody here at the show and all the listeners. And they were well received and much appreciated, I can tell you that. So I hope that everyone has had a good week in the wake of everything that went on last week. I know it's been tough, so I hope you're all hanging in there. And let's just get to this week's episode because, yeah, we got to do it, man. We got to do it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the whole thing. I got some important announcement here to tell you about. So, as you know, I'm gonna come clean again. I think I did a little bit last week in one of these last episodes. It's been a tough year as a filmmaker for me. It's probably been one of the worst in my career. Just slow, and a lot of proposals out there, and no one pulling the trigger to get the work done. So thankfully, I've got a huge job that just came up that's actually going to take me away for about 30 days, and I will be in the South for 30 days without my family. And I know for a lot of you folks out there, that's what you do. You go on the road, and so this will be a good exercise for me to do as well. But I will be I can't really disclose what I'm doing yet, but perhaps once I'm down there I can tell you what I'm doing. I can tell you that I will be editing and producing and doing some audio stuff and possibly doing a little playing and all that, but in terms of what the project is, I can't really get too deep on that. But I will be in the Memphis, Nashville, Mississippi area. And I have already done a little research into some folks that I can interview while I'm down there and some studios and whatnot that I can get to. Obviously, I will be in a hotbed of awesome musical stuff that I can draw on and interviews that I can get. But I wanted to reach out to you guys and say, hey, if you've got anyone that you think should be on the show, if you've got someone that you think I should reach out to and approach to be on the show and sit down with, and you want to hear their story, please hit me up at info@roadiefreeradio.com, and I will do my best while I'm down there. I'm heading down November 2nd, and I will be coming back December 1st. So it's 29 days, okay? Call it what you will. But it's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually very excited to jump in on some work, and to also be able to sneak in some podcast stuff. I've got a couple of great interviews already on the way. As I've mentioned, Jay Blakesberg will be coming up. He's episode number 72, the photographer, longtime photographer for the Grateful Dead. I just did an interview for Aaron Makowski, guitar tech for Metallica, the Indigo Girls, on and on. We just did that. That will be episode number 71. Jeff Slate is coming up next week, the journalist for Esquire, and then he will be followed by Michael Laird of Great White fame. So a lot of cool stuff coming up, man, and I hope you guys can join us for those. Please tune in. Please subscribe through iTunes and Google Play, if you will. Check out the website. A lot of good stuff going on over there, roadiefreeradio.com as well. Check out our YouTube channel, and you can watch me make a fool of myself in my kitchen trying to do a podcast episode from there. All right, Robert Compton. I met Robert Compton when I went down to do an interview with Louis Rosano of Louis Electric Amplifiers. You may remember a few episodes back, and he's got an interesting tale. This is a tale of redemption. This is a tale of angels and devils and demons and overcoming those things and putting your hands to use as a guitar builder. I had an awesome time. I went down to see him in New Jersey at his home where he builds the guitars. We had a delicious lunch at the Stirling Hotel. He's a big Deadhead. We talk about that and what that means to him. And we dug deep into his instruments, and they are very cool indeed. So check him out. ComptonGuitarInsider.com is the name of his website, where you can learn more about his instruments And until then, kick back, relax. We got Robert Compton here today. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're doing well. Sorry if I'm a little rambly today, but doing this from the kitchen is kind of throwing me off a bit. So let's just get to the episode with my buddy, Robert Compton. All right, that is what it is. Whew. That felt rushed. That felt crazy. I don't know why I'm still wearing the headphones. I can take them off. But you know how I do. I'm just gonna let that go. That's what that is. So good. Thank you for joining today. Thanks for your patience. We'll see you next week. No roadies, no rock and roll. Don't forget, if you click that SoundCloud link below, it will take you to the full episode. All right? See you next time. Thanks for watching.